Lately, I've been feeling like I've been living in the urgent, important quadrant and also the urgent and not important quadrant. And it was causing my mind to spin around with constant pressure of doing as opposed to the importance of being. I was looking back at some different quotes that I wanted to share in the podcast. And this quote from Lorraine Hansberry hit me right between the eyes. It shifted something when I realized that I have removed stillness from my everyday, like it wasn't a good use of time anymore. So I want to reintroduce myself to the radical act of pausing and its potential to help me become more productive. So let's talk about this on today's episode of the Knowledge Gumbo Podcast. Let's look at this quote. Never be afraid to sit a while and think. Lorraine Hansberry. Lorraine Hansberry was the first Black woman to have a play performed on Broadway. This quote to me just means it's okay to stop and to slow down and let your mind calm, because as your mind calms, your body calms down, your stress is calm down, and it's okay to just release it all. And it doesn't have to be any grand thing, like you don't have to sit in a chair and meditate for 30 minutes. But if that's your swag, that's good. For me, I realized I have to reinstitute my morning walks. I had stopped for a while because I'm in Florida and it's extremely hot and extremely humid, but I didn't realize how valuable that time was because my mind became more creative as I walked because I don't listen to music. Every now and then I'll listen to a book or a podcast if I'm going for a particularly long walk and I want to focus on a subject. But normally I don't listen to music or anything else. I just walk and I submerge myself in the nature that I'm walking in, looking at the animals, looking at the trees, making sure I take deep breaths. And it's a great way to start my day because my mind is clear and I can focus on the one thing that I have to get done for that day. My mind is not cluttered with too many things of, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do that. And it takes me off my spot for doing the one thing that I need to do. And it's a radical act, I believe, to make that time to do nothing. Some people can't sit still for 30 seconds before they start itching and twitching. And I used to be one of those people. So I'm talking from experience. But we have to take time out. I have to remember to take time out. And even if I can't get outside, I need to go somewhere, sit still, zip my lips, just let my mind go where it wants to go. Let it create what it needs to create. Let it solve whatever problems it needs to solve that it can only do when I have a quiet mind. You come up with so many ideas and so many solutions and answers to problems when your mind is quiet, when you're not being busy and you're in the act of just being, just breathing, just moving positively. It's amazing what the mind can do when it's quiet. And I think part of that kind of helped Lorraine Hansberry because, like I said, she was the first African American woman to have a play on Broadway. But that came from, I'm pretty sure, a quiet mind and reflecting on how she grew up. Because, of course, that play is A Raisin in the Sun, but it came from her life experiences because as a teenager, her family moved into a white neighborhood and they faced major opposition from their neighbors and experienced all kinds of discriminations and even a legal battle against, the companies and the neighbors. And that inspired this theme from her play, A Raisin in the Sun. And I think that came from her having a quiet mind, bringing everything to remembrance, showing people a different version of the Black experience. And I really, really like this quote because sometimes we are afraid to be still. It's scary to us to have it be quiet because sometimes I do that here, or even when I'm working, I won't have music on, I won't have anything else on, and my dad will come in and he'll be like, "How can you just sit here in the quiet?" But to me, it's a gift that I give to myself. It's a gift that I give to whoever I'm working with because I'm bringing my best self to whatever I'm working on. And that's why I love this quote. It's so simple, so basic, but so powerful. So let me know, how does this quote hit you? Are you afraid to stop, to be quiet, to let your mind go, to let your mind think, to release all the stress and the pressure and just let it flow? Are you afraid of where your mind might go? Mm, sometimes you don't like it, but sometimes you just have to work through it. I have to work through it. And then when I come out on the other side, I'm always better for it. There's never been a time where I didn't do this process, where I took time out and I wasn't better for it. Thank you for spending time in our gumbo kitchen. Please leave a positive review and a comment. You're always welcome to pull up a chair and bring a friend because there's always more room at the table. The gumbo is hot and it's made with love. And we will see you next week.